A man was getting off work and heading home. Suddenly, a blinding light shot toward him. He slammed on the brakes. Across from him sat an old-fashioned sedan, but there was no one inside. On its screen were the words "Time Travel System." An instruction manual lay on the steering wheel. He didn't believe in any of this fantastical stuff. He turned to leave, but curiosity got the better of him, and he sat in the driver's seat. He set the date to more than 1,000 years in the future, and started the engine. When he returned, his face was glowing with excitement. He then set the date to the year 2037, wanting to see what the future was like. When he came back, he froze. By that time, he was already dead. The only clue was a box stamped with Foam Tea House. That was the mark of a serial killer. The crime had happened in 1987 in Nujingli village. He traveled there. The villagers were camping and celebrating. For 5 years straight, they had been recognized as a crime-free village. Just then, Haijun interrupted, saying that a few kids high on hallucinogens would appear. 3 of them from the village, and reporters would also show up. The villagers didn't believe him. Suddenly, screams rang out. Soon, 2 girls came running down the hill, and the villagers managed to restrain them. 1 girl was still missing. Haijun rushed up, finding and saving her just in time. A newspaper lay on the ground, stating that all 3 girls were supposed to die that day. Haijun had just changed their fate. Reporters arrived but didn't capture anything on film. The villagers were deeply grateful to him. Haijun showed his teaching certificate, and the principal said the school happened to need a teacher. So Haijun stayed in Nujingli. A month later, he returned to the present, and went to prison to see the so-called serial killer. Haijun knew this man wasn't the real murderer. They agreed to meet in Nujingli after his release. The news report that the killer had committed suicide changed to say he would be released tomorrow. Meanwhile, a woman was mourning her mother's death. She lashed out at her father for being nothing but a drunk, and said if she could go back in time, she would stop her mother from marrying him. The next moment, she unexpectedly found herself 34 years in the past, and came face to face with her young mother. Just 1 day earlier, she had still been the editor of a famous author named Gao Meishu. While shopping with Gao Meishu that day, she saw her mother fighting over discounted goods, and even falling to the ground, but she didn't go to her. Her mother recognized her and was about to greet her, but Yunying turned and walked away. On her day off, she hung up on Gao Meishu's call, and turned off her phone. When she got home, she thought her mother was waiting for her, but instead, she received a phone call. In the end, she only saw her mother's body. Yunying was devastated. She couldn't understand why her mother had taken her own life in Nujingli. In her grief, she found a box with Foam Tea House printed on it.